What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pick Central on the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube channel. Mr. Walker out once again today, so I'm going to fill in and do the best I can with two great Americans on my left. As always, joined by Marty Mush. Marty, big interview on Mush the Line, Sammy Adams. He kind of came in buzzing today.
Sammy Adams was great. Big Ev sat in. It was honestly, like, I know Mush the Line's kind of people think it was a joke, but it's like it was a good interview today.
It was great. I'm a huge Sammy Adams fan. Met all expectations, flying colors. He was fucking
good guy
too. Super cool dude, like really good, nice dude, really funny, like just one of the boys. Like it just felt like five of the fellas just chopping it up.
And watch out we might have a song coming soon called Freako. So
oh wow, like a Free Rico kind of like remix kind of thing.
Yeah, little Freako action going. And also Bol, it's got to be so hyped that he didn't get traded to the Pistons. He got traded, and they voided it because it was physical. It's got to be ecstatic.
You saw fucking one of your boys got traded to the Knicks.
Who?
Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish got traded to the Knicks?
Yeah.
Wow.
You seen all the memes of, like, you know the SpongeBob meme where he's, like, looking – it's, like, Squidward looking out at, like, SpongeBob and Patrick. Yeah. Just Zion looking out at fucking RJ and fucking Cam Reddish. Yeah, we traded.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So it's Kevin Knox. I think there's somehow, like, a three-team – it's, like, I forget who else is involved. It's the Knicks. The Knicks obviously gave up Kevin Knox, who – literally isn't even in the rotation. Like, he doesn't play. And one of our 2022 first rounders, basically for Cam Reddish. And then we also got, like, Solomon Hill and, like, a second-round pick.
He's still a really good shooter, right?
But essentially our pick, we acquired Cam Reddish. That was the point of the trade for the Knicks.
And he's been good for the
I'm excited.
The Hawks, correct?
I think he wasn't really – he was in a weird spot there just with the personnel they have. I don't think he was playing, like, a crazy amount. Like, he definitely was playing, but – I mean, for us, to me, it feels like we literally just swapped Kevin Knox for Cam Reddish, which is massive upgrade.
And they are Cam Reddish. Fuck you, because you had one good game in Florida State and weren't that good, and then I see you in the NBA whapping threes.
We needed shooting. I mean, we needed shooting. We definitely needed some wings. He's gonna play for us. Also, he's gonna be a free agent, so it's kind of a good move for us because it's kind of like if he plays really well, we'll get first grabs to re-sign him. If not, we kind of just got rid of Kevin Knox, basically, just free up some cap money. So yeah. I think it's going to be a win-win for us regardless. I think it's a good move for the Knicks.
Well, Marty, we missed you yesterday with Stu Feiner, man. What can Ev and I say? What a great time at the Capitol Grille. Took us out to kind of I guess it was a little bit of a celebration of life.
Really, I told Marty earlier, he just cleared Marty's debt.
Yeah.
He was adamant. It was clearing Marty's Capitol Grill debt. So
that's a good guy right there.
Yeah, so there you go.
And I texted him after because Mincy brought me back a steak, which was fucking delicious. I texted him, thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. I like, Stu's crazy, but he's the nicest human being I've ever met.
He'd give you the shirt off his back. No questions asked.
He's the best.
If you were just a friend of someone, like if we just said someone he had never met needed something done, no questions asked. He's just a great, great human being.
I'm glad it was a good time.
It was fantastic.
Oh, it was. And
world-class
Walker out, and Fastuli came. Just had
what a crew.
So much fun. I mean, Stu, look, I'm one of the biggest lushes on earth, and I admit that. And Stu, the aggressiveness of ordering food.
Oh, no.
I mean, it just does not stop. I mean, it was crab cocktail.
Did you guys, he ordered everything?
Obviously, like, we chose what steaks we wanted, whatever. But I mean, he like for example, when it came to sides, he was like, "Don't worry about sides. We're just getting all of them."
Oh my God,
we're just getting all of them. Appetizers, he's like, just get
lobsters with the steaks.
He's like, we're getting lobsters with the steaks.
How good was the lobster?
Lobster.
I'm not even a huge lobster. For me, the lamb chops were
the lamb chop lollipop.
Lamb chops. Obviously, a lot of places have calamari. Their calamari was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's fire.
Phenomenal. Really good calamari.
He ordered. Everybody had cream. He forced the cream.
The creme brulee. I'm not a creme. That creme brulee was disgustingly good.
Yeah,
really.
It was just
like I've
never had creme brulee.
I've had it like maybe a bite here or there. It was fucking fantastic.
Good, really
unbelievable.
Good crust on it.
Everything was unbelievable. We're in like the basement, literally in a room
vault, right?
It was an old vault.
Literally, the room we were in was like a room that like mob bosses would have dinner in. Like, they got doors. You close the doors. You do what you wish.
It's amazing.
Amazing stuff.
It was fun. Just Dom. He's buying Dom P. The boys were sipping Dom P.
Guys are drinking Dom P at lunch.
Fucking unreal.
on a Wednesday.
Honestly, obviously, Mincy doesn't drink and like Fastuli.
I felt bad,
and like Fastuli and like he only had like a glass maybe, Brandon didn't drink much either. So like, I'm gonna be
I
honest.
think Brandon had 2 glasses because he was trying to moderate it. Having that
I'm gonna be
shot.
honest. I left there. I was feeling tipsy.
You have to.
I was a little champagne drunk by the time we
course you
left.
have to.
I was crushing glasses because then I'm drinking Mincy's glass and then like Stu didn't want his. He's like, here, I have a drink. So I'm just like throwing back fucking glasses of Dom.
get off
I saw your picture. You look like
it's
the Don.
beer.
You look like the Don.
Yeah,
in your
Fastuli
pic.
took a great photo of me, even though people were making fun of me for wearing a Carhartt hoodie at Capitol Grill. But also, 1, it was lunch. 2 were in the basement. 3.
No, you can when you go in the basement, you can wear whatever you want.
I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when you're rolling with Stu Finer, the fucking boss, I do what the fuck I want there.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, and Marty, I know you had a huge interview yesterday. It was why you weren't there, but well worth it.
It actually was fantastic. Bruce Pearl was great. Like we asked him about like some of the things he's been accused of and the bad things, and he opened up about when he was I think it was Tennessee when he had a couple of recruits over at a barbecue and he wasn't supposed to, and he panicked without a lawyer and lied, and he's like, it's not. Like, as long as people know my character, blah, blah, blah. Like, I like when people own up to their shit, talk about it publicly, and not – like, his publicist wasn't like, hey, don't talk about this, you know? I like that.
That's a great one to open up about, too, because that's the harmless one.
Yeah, I know. Because I also, like, we asked kind of dig more, and he didn't bring up the other stuff.
Of course. I mean, that's a great one to use to, like, portray your character. Like, listen, I had a couple of my guys over to barbecue, just wanted to have a good time, come to my house.
Yeah.
I got in a jam. I lied because I knew it was wrong, but I just wanted my guys to have a good time, do something
But
nice
at least he
for 'em.
admitted it.
Exactly. No,
I can appreciate it.
He was good. He was good the entire time. But it's crazy. I mean, Auburn, you never think of Auburn as a basketball school.
Oh, and then remember they made the Final Four in 19
Yeah.
and got the heartbreaking loss to Virginia.
Exactly.
I mean, and now, I saw a stat where Auburn's only won at Alabama like 5 times in school history, and 3 of them are in the last 4 or 5 years under Pearl.
Yeah. No, he's a good guy.
Dude, you watch that team. They're fucking for real.
He got deep on, like, Jake is Jewish, obviously,
Yeah.
and he like talked about like being Jewish in like a Catholic community too. It was like crazy. It was like he went deep
At
into
Auburn
it.
or like when he was growing
At
up?
Auburn.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Little Bible Belt down there. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, he's just killing it, and he recruits so well. And right now, you look at the landscape. There's a huge game in the SEC last night. Massive win for LSU on the road at Florida. But Auburn still looks to be the best team right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think they're
Auburn already
definitely
beat LSU too.
best team. But LSU last night was a Will Wade sent me a picture of because I asked him about the Florida Gator, how big it was. He sent me a video of the Florida Gator.
That's amazing.
But that was a prove-it game for both teams for me because Florida is kind of like on the teetering, like are they going to be in the tournament? Are they going to be good? Last night, LSU fucking showed who they are on the road winning at Florida. They're for real.
Without Pinson,
I think
too.
they're without Pinson and
Everybody got in foul trouble too.
he fouled out.
Yeah.
Like 7 minutes
Easton
in, he was
fouled
like
out, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I honestly think they're the second best team in the SEC.
So Rico, I'll admit, okay, so I added this last night right as LSU won, but I'm giving credit to Rico. Rico mentioned on the stream the other day, a football stream, he's like, hey, LSU's still 45-1 on the title thing, and I don't know that they're going to win a national title. I don't want to sit down here and say that's an outlandish statement, but I do want to sweat, know, and I think so. I took them, I added them 45-1. Also, the old LSU football tradition with the title, the Final Fours in NOLA. So if they somehow made it, that would be like a big thing. I don't know if they're good enough to do it, but I think at 45-1, it's good value.
No, I think they are.
You think they are?
I think they are good enough to do it, but I also think it's a good tournament's the best with hedging too. Like they get to the Elite Eight, you can start.
Yeah.
You can start
and
doing.
I really think
too.
that New Orleans thing, if they somehow snuck in the Final Four, would be a real thing. And
their defense, their top 5 defense is fucking crazy. They were off on defense last year.
Auburn was like 20-1, and I looked at them too, and I think Auburn's a better team, but it's just that 45-1, man, and the chaotic nature of that NCAA tournament. I said, why not? The hell with it. Took a flyer, but huge win for LSU. Florida now home losses to LSU and Bama in the last week. Are they looking a little fraudulent, y'all think? Or what?
I have this theory where it's like if you think about when your best player is just your big man, it's a problem. Castleton's their best player. He can score 20, 25, but their guards, their guards is not performing that well. You can let that guy score 20, 25. It doesn't matter if they're going to shit.
Kind of like and especially in modern the game with the 3-pointer being
look
so
at Michigan right now too. Dickinson's scoring 25 a game, but their guards aren't playing at all. So.
What y'all think about Villanova? Huge win over Xavier. Xavier made a big comeback late. I know we both had Xavier.
I did too.
But, I mean, that's a huge win no matter which way you slice it for Villanova.
It's great. It was just, I mean, they just played Xavier played so bad in the first half. I mean, they just couldn't make anything. They were down big. Honestly, the craziest thing that happened to me last night was super fucking the worst. So, like, I got in early, like, I guess the night before. I'd gotten Xavier at +2. Like, I just saw him on. I was like, this is going to swing. Grabbed it at +2. I don't know if you guys saw the end.
Oh, God. Yeah, I did see the end.
Disgusting.
It hit, and then they reviewed it.
No, so I didn't see it. I was watching a different game, and I see it on Gamecast, and I'm like, and I just see they hit the 3. It literally said final, like game over, 64-63. So I'm like, all right, like because I went money line and
did you have +2?
Oh, it went to 2 and money line. So I was
okay,
like, all right.
I
was like, I hit one of them. I was like, all right. So, and then literally, like, I look at my account, and it's counted as a loss. Like 20 minutes later, and I'm like, wait, what? And I go back to the Gamecast, like the score app, and it just says 64-60. I was like, oh no,
bro. I was watching.
Nothing worse than literally thinking you have a winner. You just cash the ticket in your brain, and then realizing it's a loser like 20 minutes later.
I was watching. He had like pretty much like a half-court shot, and it was like, oh, it doesn't matter anyway. Like they got it's 64.
Yeah, it was a 4-point. Yeah,
and then they reviewed it, and it was just like fucking what the fuck. And then I don't even like, but you got to review it though for gamblers. Like but the thing with Villanova. So obviously, people give me a lot of shit with Villanova because I don't think that they're good. I know they're good. They're a tournament team, obviously. They have no bench whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Zero. They have one guy who averages maybe 10, 11 points.
They kind of are always like 6 or 7 deep, though, right? Isn't that kind of a normal thing with them?
Kind of, but like this one's like really heavy.
I feel like they're like elite years they've been deep.
Yeah,
remember even like the DiVincenzo, he literally came off the bench and won and scored 30 in the national championship game.
Yeah,
I feel like their good teams have been pretty deep.
Nova, like, and it kind of made sense to me last night where it's like they beat the shit out of them in the first half. Second half, they're getting a little tired, and Xavier came back a little bit. Like, that's just how they are. You have 5 really good guys. It's like St. Bonaventure. Everyone was like, St. Bonaventure's going to be really good this year.
But if anybody
because they have
hurt,
5 seniors, whatever. Did you see the St. Bonaventure's stat line last night?
I did not.
I want to read you the minutes played real fast. It's fucking hysterical because...
What is it, like 5 people played the whole game?
I knew that their team is like this a little bit.
So they went to overtime. So, ready? Starting 5. 43 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 44 minutes, and then the bench played 3 minutes in total.
That's
outrageous.
See, you're just
and that's what I'm saying.
You just can't win long term like that.
You can't win long term.
You're gonna you're just gonna get burnt out. You just can't play that much like that forever. I mean, Jesus.
And that's not Villanova.
I mean, you have 3 guys that literally didn't come out.
Yeah, no, they didn't come out.
3 guys that literally in OT, they did not come out.
This COVID world we're living in, that's probably thinning a lot of benches too. So you're kind of
having to play.
Yeah. But like Villanova, they only really have one guy really come off the bench, and it's going to be tough for them, I think, when they play tougher teams. Like Xavier's a good team, not elite whatsoever.
See, when I think like Big East, like I still over them, like I still would take UConn. I'm a huge believer in Seton Hall too. I think Seton Hall's for real.
Oh, I think Seton Hall's.
I think Seton Hall and UConn are the 2 best teams in the Big East, in my opinion.
I think Seton Hall's the best team. I think it's Villanova in them and UConn close second, but close third. But no, Big East is it's 5 of the same exact teams.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they all wear the same colors. Besides like Marquette, and it's just like they beat up on each other. It reminds me of the Big Ten a little bit. It's just like they just all beat up on each other. It's really. I
gotta say too, honestly, I just from like a viewer's perspective, I think Big East games might be my favorite to watch.
Me too.
They're just great. Like they're just generally just good games to watch.
One thing about it too is like they're just stone cold basketball schools.
That's what
you know what I mean. It's just like the passion. There are a lot of private schools, but they freaking care.
Like I watched all of UConn St. John's. Like that was a phenomenal game.
Yep.
Even though somehow in OT I was sweating St. John's plus 11.5 at one point.
Oh wow.
They covered. It was fine, but it got scary for a second.
I need to get to a Seton Hall game.
Oh, it's great. They're great.
Go. It's great.
It's so.
I think I'm going to.
Did you go when I went?
No.
Oh no, you didn't. So
I'm going next week though.
Me, Rico, Jake Marsh, and Dukes went. It was Seton Hall, Texas. So awesome game. I love there's like Seton Hall just has this like die-hard fan base of like it's the college kids show out, like the college crowd was awesome too, the student section, but they just have this fan base of like salt of the earth, just New Jersey mom and dads and like grandparents, and they're literally just like every parent's like I remember that would yell in the stands from like CYO. when I played. I'm telling you, like they're the funniest people to like be around because I just know they're just like literally they're all like my friends' parents. That's what they remind me of, and they're just like die-hard ride or die Seton Hall fans. They all have season tickets. They all go to every home game.
Awesome.
Prudential. Seton Hall is awesome. Awesome place to watch a game in the Prudential.
All right, we're taking phone calls today. Y'all fire away. I want to hit a couple promotions we've got that I love for this weekend.
The big one's crazy.
You're talking about okay, we'll start with the day Portnoy announced this today. So we are doing a $10 parlay on all 6 NFL playoff games against the spread if you opt in. And if you win it, adding $1,000 to it, holy crap. So all 6, you have to opt in, and you have to – this is only against the spread. This is not over-unders on this one. But so I mean, how can you not take that? And this is for everyone. This is not just for new signups. This is for all players with the Barstool Sportsbook. So who isn't going to try to go 6-0 playoff week? You risk $10, and I believe a 16 parlay. What does that come back at, like 15 or 20 to 1?
At least, yeah. Got to be at least 15.
So, I mean, $10 is going to win like –
Okay, here we go. 6 games this wild card weekend. We got the Barstool Pick 6, except I didn't call it that because I have Dodo Bird Brain. The wild card sweep. 6 games. This is for new and existing customers, a.k.a. all customers. I've been fighting tooth and nail. Let's give the people something. The people who've been with the sportsbook from the beginning. 6 games versus spread. Go 6-0. If you bet $10, a $10 16 parlay. $10, a sawbuck. $10 16 parlay. Go 6-0. We're going to throw you $1,000 on top of whatever you win. A free $1,000. New, existing, everybody. And here's the best part. I got all 6. I got all 6. I got all 6. Let's start. I'm going to take the Bengals. Raiders, they're going to be all worn out.
And then, first of all, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
1,000%. And
how can you not do that?
Yeah,
It's
$1,000.
$10.
No-brainer.
I mean,
Actually, I was thinking 16, but it's way more than 15. I think is 4 or 5. I think 15's 14.
It is very cool, though, that, that people are existing have
Huge,
the
love
chance. But the second one that we have is Big Cats, the Big Cat Ping Pong Ball Extravaganza. Is if you have to make sure, this is the biggest thing, you make sure you opt in.
Yes.
Opt in. Bet any game. One game. You opt any single one. Favorite dog, over, under. And if your bet loses, you still are alive for a ping pong ball, like bingo type, takes it out on Tuesday to win your money back.
Yeah, it's $50. This is a $50 bet.
One of the coolest promos we've ever done. It actually came from the brain of my very good friend Uncle Chaps, who has totally normal eyes
Dave's
and
still
is
playing.
good looking, shaven or not shaven. But here it is. It's the Big Cat Ping Pong Ball Extravaganza. My ping pong ball machine, which I love very dearly, is going to play a part in this weekend's gambling escapades. Here's how it works. You opt in. Make sure you opt in. You have to opt in. If you bet any single wild card game, main line, so no moving the line around. If you bet underdog, favorite, over, under, doesn't matter. All the losing sides will go into the ping pong ball machine on Tuesday. I will pick one losing side to get a $50 refund. So let's just play it out, right? Let's say you take the Raiders plus 5.5. The Bengals win by 14. The Raiders are now in this ping pong ball on Tuesday. If the Raiders come up, anyone who bet Raiders plus 5.5 and opted in gets a $50 refund into their account. You bet twice. Tuesday's going to be great. We're going to do a live show. It's going to be great. We're going to do a ping pong thing. And maybe if it works, we'll do it next weekend too. It's a double bet because you can always win.
Love that.
And
this one
breaking-
includes over-unders, though. That's the one thing to make sure you mention on the Big Cat one. That's not just against the spread.
Breaking 2. He's doing it live on this show on Tuesday.
Oh,
On Pick Central
Nice.
is when he's doing the ping pong thing. So tune in Tuesday.
Yeah, I love that, though. I mean, it kind of makes you almost want to put $50 on all 12 games and over-unders because you know you're going to get.
Then you guarantee you one of them back.
Yeah, I mean, you guarantee. Well, you're
guaranteed.
Yeah, you could. One of your ones could win, though. Yeah, you're guaranteed.
Oh, that's right. That's
you're
right.
You're guaranteed a push or a win.
Only
in one of
if
them.
you went 0-12.
Yeah, that was. I thought if we just did the against the spread, I would do all 6 for sure.
Yeah,
You know, 12
totals
12's
too.
a lot.
Yeah, totals too.
No, but I love that. I kind of want to run through these with you guys, and also we've got some calls as well. I would like to kind of just see where we kind of touched on a little bit yesterday, which way y'all are leaning. Y'all both are more on the Raiders. I'm diehard on the Bengals. I'm also just I've seen enough of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in my life to where I just don't. It is what it is. I'm not going against those guys. The Pats-Bills game, I feel like I'm kind of leaning New England in the 4 there. I like the under more than anything in that game.
Yeah, so I actually saw a stat today too about basically it was basically 2 things that are like good to fade the last like 5 to 10 years in wild card weekend, like fade home favorites it said, and basically just take unders.
No, all year
like
NFL games fly over, but then everybody plays tighter in playoffs and has better
basically
defensive
like
schemes.
it was heavy like away dogs. Honestly, either side, but it was especially like away dogs and unders are like big, like they've cashed big the last 5 and 10 years.
Yeah, the under thing went. And I also went through the weather report. It's going to be like 3 degrees in Buffalo Saturday night, but no snow. But that, you saw how, maybe it won't be the winds we saw in the first Monday night game when they played there. I expect Mac Jones to throw more than, 4 passes in this game, but still kind of feels like 44 might be a little high on this one.
No, I think you're right.
Like Belichick playoffs. And, I feel like Mac Jones, is a guy that can – they'll do a good job not losing the game, but, I don't see New England going in here and, like, airing it out really either. I think they're gonna run the ball, play, that's –
No, I think we get a tight, like, scrappy game. I like the under. I like the +4 too. Obviously, I just said like the stat about taking the dogs even before that because you had said about kind of putting together a little pick 6. Like I pretty much like mostly dogs. The favorite that I like this week, who I almost think by the betting window could kind of be like almost like a favorite dog, if you know what I mean, just in terms of the public money, is the Rams. I like the Rams. I feel like a lot of people are on the Cardinals. I really like the Rams. That's a Monday night game.
That's the one I can't figure out. And so looking at it from the Rams' perspective, you traded all this crap for Matt Stafford. Mm-hmm. How big of a failure is it if they don't get out of the first round of golf? Because they got to the second round last year.
Yeah.
This is what you paid for. It's interesting to me because Arizona has been spectacular on the road all year and mediocre at home. On the other side of it, Stafford's kind of been shaky the last 3 weeks, but Cam Akers is back. They've saved, I feel like he's healthy. This is what you're paying for with Stafford. I hadn't figured out what I like on it, to be honest. I want to hear more. Why you
I'm on the Rams.
Okay,
too.
I want to hear more.
So part of it is, I've mentioned a few times in the show that the way the NFC West is kind of each. They have this little thing. They kind of all have each other's numbers, like little round robin thing going on. And literally, besides the game earlier this year, like week whatever it was, like 2, 4, whatever, early in the season, when they came to LA and blew them out, they've had the Rams have had the Cardinals number the last few years. They came back in that second game when they were playing so bad, and everybody was like, "This is crazy." I think
that line was rad.
The line
Remember,
was
super, like Arizona by 2
The line was super rad.
So
Everyone
ratty.
was like, "The Cardinals have been playing really well. The Rams have been playing terribly," and they went and beat them up. Like I just think this is a good spot for the Rams at home. I know they just had that was, and I think another thing too. I think the public's gonna be so off them because of how bad that last loss was.
Yeah,
the Week 18
the way they
loss,
blew it,
just blowing the 17-point lead to an in-division rival. In another game where the Niners have had their number for years, they've swept them the last few years, I believe. So I just like the Rams. I just think they match up with them well. And I know you said the thing. Obviously, the Cardinals have been good on the road and all that. I still would rather be at home.
No. The other thing with Arizona, though, they had a really good win at Dallas a couple weeks ago, but they stunk down the stretch. Other than that, they lost to Seattle. They lost a lot. It seemed like maybe they peaked earlier.
Which Dallas is a team that they match up with too. They beat the shit out of Dallas last year too.
Yeah, and Kyler Murray's from Dallas too.
It's just an interesting matchup because it's both it's like those two teams in the playoffs that are a sexy team to like. You know what I mean? Both kind of likable players on the team. The Rams are the most, in my mind, the ones where everyone, I feel like casual likes, but I love the Rams here, to be honest. Okay. I think that I think it's gonna be a close game. What's the spread now?
It's 4.
It's 4.
Yeah, I like the Rams. I do.
The two favorites I actually liked, and it's huge numbers. But so the wild card thing, historically, 2 seeds used to get a bye, and there weren't 7 seeds getting in. So these teams, the Eagles and the Steelers specifically, are a little worse than your usual wild card teams because we saw it with the Bears in New Orleans last year too. 2 seeds usually get byes and are better. Those lines are really, really high, but I know, Ev, you said you like the Eagles.
I do like the Eagles.
I kind of lean Bucks and Chiefs.
So as a fan, I like this with these games this weekend.
Yeah, Monday night, Sunday night.
Great.
I think it's fucked up for those 2 seeds to have to play a wild card.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
I know.
You're playing sevens, I guess.
Yeah, I know, but
the Steelers team's not.
Yeah,
You
I feel
know?
like
It's still a
sevens in
it's still a game.
the sevens in college and NFL is still like
It's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like when I was looking, I'm like, holy fuck! It's like, did anyone get a bye? And obviously, it's the Titans and the Packers.
Yeah.
But it's just weird to see so many teams in the wild card.
Yeah, it is in streaming wise. So Saturday night we're gonna do Pat's Bills. Dave's gonna be there. Sunday all day affair is gonna be the streams for the weekend.
It's going to be a grind.
Sunday all day affair. Eagles Bucks early. Cowboys Niners and Steelers Chiefs. Let's go ahead and take some phone calls. We've got a bunch of guys on hold, and we appreciate the heck out of you guys for calling into the show. We'll start with our man Mark. Start with our guy Mark in Philly. He's staying NFL today. What's up, Mark? How are you?
What's up, fellas? I'm doing well. Thanks for taking my call. I've got some picks tonight, but instead of giving you those, I'm going to talk NFL since we won't have much more of it pretty soon. And my most profitable bet in football this season have been team totals, and I've got two for the weekend. I've got Chiefs team total over 29.5. They've scored 30-plus in 4 of their last 5 games, including dropping 36 against Pittsburgh. And in the only game they didn't drop 30, they dropped 28. And then I'll be called a homer for this one, but I'm taking Eagles team total over 17.5. I'm not saying they can win because I don't believe in the defense at all. I wouldn't even take them to cover. But they've scored 20-plus in their last 5 games and in 15 of their 17 games this season. It might be in garbage time, but they'll score 18-plus.
Well, my question on the Eagles, I got a couple. How are you feeling about Hurts' ankle? Because I'm thinking about taking his under rushing possibly if his ankle's not healthy, and Devin White and all the talent Tampa has is probably going to key on that. Do you feel like he's fully healthy, and do you think the Eagles can exploit the Bucs' bad pass D?
I think that he's as healthy as he's going to be since he got a week off last week. I do think that was huge that they were able to clinch in week 17 and get to rest week 18, at least to get Jalen Hurts a little bit more, healthy. I wouldn't be taking any unders on his rushing because I think that they might go a little bit more balls to the wall with not protecting him as much anymore, since this is what they were protecting him to be healthy for. So I do think that they could be running him a lot. And I'm not too worried about Tampa's defense because they just gave up 17 to the rudderless ship that's the Carolina Panthers with Sam Darnold, and Zach Wilson dropped 24 and played his best game as a pro. I think the Bucs are going to drop 40 on the Eagles defense, but I'm not too worried about the Eagles offense being able to put up some points.
So you like the over then, obviously, too.
For sure. And if you're going to take Eagles plus 8.5 or plus 9, I don't really see too many scenarios that they're covering that while scoring under 17.5 points.
I'm kind of starting to fire the team total bets a little more, and especially like we do those parlay pluses have become a big thing. I mean, I feel like you got some, they tie in well with like what you're saying with the game flow. All right, well, Mark, always appreciate you having you on. Good luck to the Eagles. I know, great accomplishment making the playoffs this year, and everybody was so down on Sirianni. Let's see if they can make a run.
Go Birds.
All right, we're going to Jed in Wisconsin, college basketball. We got a huge one hosted Ohio State tonight. Wisconsin, a 3.5-point favorite. We're going to get to that later in the show. Jed, what's up? You're on Pick Central.
Hey, first off, free Rico. Second off, I want to know your guys' opinion. I know some of the Barstool guys don't think Wisconsin's for real. Marty in general. I saw the bench mob clip today. I want to know what you guys think about tonight. Wisconsin, Ohio State, Madison, tough place to play. And who do you think wins the matchup between Johnny Davis versus E.J. Liddell? Who scores more points? Who has a bigger impact? Just get your guys' opinion on that.
So mine, I'll let Big Ev go in a second, but my thing is that's going to be an amazing matchup. Liddell Davis it's a huge test for Davis, I think, because Liddell, the biggest thing what it is, Ohio State beat the shit out of Wisconsin. No?
Yes, in Columbus,
which is obviously it's tough to win twice in conference. So it's an interesting game right now, to be honest. And I like Ohio State tonight because I think that's also because I'm trying to make my point right about Wisconsin. I'm not sure, but gambling wise, I would lean Wisconsin because of looking at it. But it's going to be a very, very interesting game. They match up well together. Davis is going to have a tough time with Liddell, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of what you said. We already beat him up at home. I'm an Ohio State guy. It's on my card. I'm not like overly confident in it. I kind of figured the line would be this way.
You agree with the line, though, right?
Of course. I mean, whenever you beat the shit out of a team and then a couple weeks later they're just favored over you.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason for that. Like I mean, their home and road splits are crazy. Yeah. They're great at home. like I'm taking the points a big part because just I'm an Ohio State grad.
And Wisconsin's been hot in the streets lately.
And no, they have been. The reason I don't hate Ohio State in this spot is because they're coming off a tough loss at Indiana.
Which I
we could use a big win. Like really, like this would be a huge one to sweep Wisconsin. That'd be huge because I think Wisconsin is good. I'm not with the bench mob guys. I'm a Big Ten rider. I'm a Big Ten believer, a truther, if you will. But
do you agree when I'm because obviously there's a little bit to me, like I know that Wisconsin's not bad, but I still like.
You don't think they're like a real championship contender?
No, I don't think so. That like for sure, I'm being serious, but I don't think they could even come close to the Final Four. I really don't.
I just think with Johnny Davis, I think he's an element that they've like basically never had,
and it is tougher.
That I think makes them different than like the teams they've had the last like 5-ish years.
Big Cat did say the tournament is so you can't predict it because of Matt. You have no idea where it's going to go. It's not like the NFL where you're the Packers are going to make going to probably make the conference championship. So with with Wisconsin, Johnny Davis scoring all the 30-year points every game is tough to have no matter what. Wall scored. I don't know. I think that's how you pronounce it. Wall.
W-A-H-L.
Wall or whatever. He stepped up last game, but Johnny Davis still scored 20 points. If he does have that shitty game, they're fucked. But that's what Wisconsin is usually. They usually don't have a Johnny Davis. Big Cat also said, too, they had Kaminsky, but they also had Sam Decker.
Yeah.
And Sam Decker was picked up the slack when Kaminsky was struggling.
Two NBA guys.
Yeah, exactly. So it's an interesting team. I think they are outkicking their coverage for sure. Like I said on the podcast, I'd be shocked if they made the Elite Eight.
My only thing to add is just Wisconsin year in, year out is always tough as nails at home, and then they struggle a little bit on the road.
Yep.
There's a few teams, Virginia's been like that too. There's a few teams that are just so tough at home. The 3.5, though, this could be down to the wire. I mean, this could be a 3.
That's why I kind of like
the 3.5. I'm on Wisconsin, but I see
college football is probably the second, but home court is fucking crazy. It really does mean something. College football does mean something, but it's not as crazy. I think college basketball is
basketball is different because they're on top of you.
Yeah, legit.
Where football obviously it's a massive field, it's spread. College basketball, they are on top of you. The guys behind the bench, you can hear them loud and clear, heckling you.
Because that's why it's hard
madness.
too. With Wisconsin, they played Maryland. At Maryland and barely beat them. Maryland not a good basketball team in my opinion, but it's still a Big Ten on the road game where it's they won, so you can't really fault them for it. But it's still Maryland. You know, it's hard to gauge on these things.
That's actually another reason why I kind of like Ohio State too in this spot because that was a game gambling wise is they were Wisconsin was supposed to lose.
Yeah,
them being +1 at Maryland and losing. That's an all-time gambler's rat line that just didn't come through. It just, just went the other way.
Just convinced myself to put more on Ohio State.
I did too. I'm the more and more things I'm realizing,
I love
the more and more I'm
Ohio
I
State
think this is a super close game. If you're going to give me 3.5, I'll take it.
Yep.
Let's get to Trey in Tennessee talking more college basketball. What's up, Trey? You're on Pick Central.
Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well. Make some great picks today. I'm coming off my biggest parlay win in the history of possibly my ancestors' existence.
Wow!
God bless.
Ago.
How big odds? What kind of what do tell?
The odds were +47,000.
Wow!
What?
Wait, what happened?
4,700 to 1?
No, plus 47,000. So 470 to 1.
Okay, 470 to 1.
Holy fuck!
What? How many games was it? Was there money lines? What'd you do?
It was a nine leg with a few underdogs in there, and then a big favorite sprinkled at the end of the night.
Holy shit!
I'll send it to Ev after the phone call.
Sounds good.
Well, I know you're in Tennessee where the Barstool Sportsbook app is live, so I hope you fired it on there.
God bless. Congrats.
I got the shareable.
Let's go.
Let's see it. Yeah, send it. Tag Pick Central if you can send it. We'll check it out.
Well, so yeah, I'm riding high, feeling good. I've got a nice little sized card today. Seton Hall first half, Wisconsin first half, and I really love Texas Tech -7.5. They're coming off a big win, but I don't like this spot Oklahoma State's in. They just lost on the road at West Virginia, and then 2 days later have to go all the way to Lubbock I think it's a terrible spot. So I'll be betting against the spread, Texas Tech first half and full game. I think I'll go say gets blown out.
Well, thank you for the call, Trey, and please send us in that slip because I damn sure want to see it. Anybody that's hitting a 470.
God bless him.
And doing it on the Barstool Sportsbook. I appreciate the support. All right, let's get to it looks like we got an NFL call. Looks like Sean, I believe. I can't totally tell. It's small. What's up, man? You're on Pick Central. Hello? You're on Pick Central?
Sam,
my bad. What's up, Sam? You're on Pick Central.
Hello?
Sam, you're there? You're live on Pick Central, my man. What's on your mind?
Yeah. I want to call in. First, I'm a big Rams fan, but I don't like where Matt Stafford's head's at. I think you could see it in his wife, Kelly Stafford's Instagram post, if you check that out. So it pains me to say it. I think the Cardinals +4, there's a couple +4.5s out there, is a lock. Kelly Stafford, she went after the game and on her stupid podcast, and she said she was complaining about Rams fans selling their tickets, blaming the loss last week on Matt Stafford having to use a silent count at home. And first off, fuck you. They charge the Rams abandoned our city for 20 years. Our season ticket prices are higher than anyone else. Don't fucking tell me who I could sell my tickets to or not. I'm not going to screen my fucking ticket. So you're out there playing the blame game because your husband threw a pick in the second half and a pick in overtime. No, it doesn't matter. He's a silent count. Stop blaming everyone else. There's trouble in paradise with this team. He's not. If his wife's saying that, it feels like to me that he's not taking all the responsibility. He might be saying it to the media, but he's not, and he's pissed off. You're complaining you want to go back to Detroit, go back to fucking Detroit, and yeah, unfortunately, I think based on the mental state of Matthew and his wife and everything going on at home, you got Sean McVay fucking acting like we won the Super Bowl in the second quarter of last week's game. It just, there's nothing but negative vibes. Then on top of that, the NFL gives us the Monday night game, which everyone's going to be on the Rams again. Stadium's going to be half full because it's on a Monday at fucking 5:15 in LA. You try to get to Inglewood at 5:15 in LA. I swear to God, you have to leave it.
I love this. Hey,
Go off.
Yeah,
talk your shit.
I'm enjoying these grievances.
So fuck the owners. Fuck the Stafford family. Fuck them all.
I'm pissed at Stafford for not getting Saints.
I was talking to Zaw about Stan Kroenke earlier. He doesn't give a. I appreciate him moving the team to Los Angeles. We have a gorgeous new $5 billion stadium. The NFL, they don't give a shit if the Rams or the Chargers have fans. You abandoned our city for 20 fucking years. You finally come back. We play at the Coliseum for 4 years. Then what do? Oh, now we're going to move a second team to LA. So for the last 20 years, everyone abandons the Rams, we have some more Raider fans, more Niner fans, more fans than anything else. No shit, because this team was gone for 20 years. You're trying to build a fan base. Then you move a second team. You move the fucking Chargers to town. The Chargers play the same stadium as the Rams. Their fucking ticket prices are half the prices as fucking Ram prices. So now you're trying to build a fan base. You can't get the casuals to go to Ram games. Why would they go to Ram games? Because the Chargers tickets are half the fucking price. I mean, it's an absolute joke. And then you're saying, oh, these fans aren't as good as the fans in Detroit. Detroit, nobody wants to go on a trip to Detroit. Everyone wants to go on a trip to Los Angeles. Everyone wants to see the new gorgeous stadium. Like, we got people traveling all over. Nobody's traveling to Ford Field to see the 3-9 Lions play in fucking December. But guess what, Kelly? Everyone's fucking traveling from the Bay Area down to L.A. to see the Niners play the Rams. And again, the Niners absolutely had to win, and the Rams didn't have to win. So I can't – finally, we're able to sell our tickets for triple the fucking profit to keep up with the prices of this fucking stadium where
so he's from
ticket holders here, they promise us a million things. And they don't deliver at all. And now you're fucking getting on us.
How much are your tickets? If you have season tickets, how much are your tickets per game that you pay? I'm just curious. Like, how expensive are they? Like $250?
I mean, it's all tiered, and it depends on you have to buy the SLL. So you're paying off this fucking seat license for 5 years. So like, really, I'm fucking, I'm sitting up top with the SLL. It comes out to like $120 per game.
I love that. It's like 9:30 in the morning there, and he's yelling about fucking Miss Stafford.
Hey, thanks for the call. Your call's cutting out a little bit, but I enjoyed hearing your grievances for sure. All right, let's take.
I'll tell you what. I think the Rams are going to win. I said it earlier. That made me feel stronger about the Rams.
Me too.
I love that. I think that was therapeutic for Sam.
I enjoyed hearing some Rams fans just anger because I'm mad at I have bad blood with the Rams.
And like Marty said, like if he's actually an LA guy. The second he said, you know how hard it's going to Inglewood at 5:15, I was like, that's an LA guy.
Yep.
And it's 12:40. He just did that. It's 9:40 a.m. where he is.
9:40.
He woke up mad. He woke up and said the first thought that went through his head when his eyes opened, head off the pillow, he said, "Fuck Kelly Stafford."
I feel like
that unaccounted taking bitch.
It's kind of like turning into like the heat Mahomes was getting over Jackson and his girl. It's kind of going to Stafford now in a way.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a call from the guy's name is the Gambling God, GAWD. Pretty bold header.
Good.
Okay. Good. That sounded very weird coming out of my mouth. But what's up, man? You're on Pick Central. Whatever your name is.
What's up, guys? Love the show. Try to listen to it every day religiously. Yep, it is the Gambling God, GAWD. But my alter ego is also Mr. NFL. 15-1 last year in the playoffs, and then 18 weeks this year. Went 15-3 in the green for the regular season. My 5-unit Big Mama play of the weekend is the Patriots +4. Now, take away from I am from Massachusetts, so this is not a homer pick. I just love the play. I think Patriots +4 is absolutely double D tits. The Buffalo is going to go in already cocky. They acted after the win Sunday against the freaking Jets that they just won the Super Bowl, parading around thinking that they won everything already. I just think the Patriots are going to come in there hungry, and Josh Allen is going to be vintage playoff Josh Allen. He's going to poop down his leg, and I think people are going to be shocked when they see the results at the end of the day. Mac Jones is going to shock the nation, throw for 300 yards. We're going to come out with a win.
Well, if you like the Mac Jones, Mac Jones is only he's over under. Mac Jones is over under.
Cocky. I thought the cocky I was good. Say cocky again.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Josh McDaniels has something up his sleeve for Mac Jones. You're going to see plays that you've never seen all season with him.
For sure, I know you're not a Patriots fan.
No, he said at the beginning.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
No, Mac Jones. Hey, Mac Jones. I went through.
My firstborn son's name is Brady. So.
he goes. I love Patriots well play. I'm not a homer. I'm from Massachusetts.
No, I'm not.
I wanted to
get all cocky.
I'm not a homer.
He's not cocky. He's not cocky at all.
Mac Jones is over under 205.5 passing yards. There's 4-degree weather.
There is something to. That obviously the Patriots won the first matchup, but I think there is something, too, that they played so recently, and the betting public so recently saw the Bills beat the shit out of them. I do think there is something to that. And then to see the line be so small again. Like I already said, I lean Patriots right now.
The Bills have no run game whatsoever.
Singletary's kind of stepped up lately.
Josh Allen throwing the ball. So that's not. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I could be dead wrong, but like I said, I'm betting heavy on the Patriots +4.
All right. Well,
I think that line is that. Yeah.
Thank you for the call. We're going to try to get to a couple more before we get to our picks.
Love you guys.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Appreciate you supporting every day.
You the ad, man.
I'm gonna get it after this call. David from Michigan on NFL. What's up, man? You're on Pick Central.
Hey, how you guys doing, fellas? I just got a question to see what you guys think about this. The NFL kind of screwed over the Raiders. Playing the last game that intense on a Sunday and then having the first playoff game on Saturday. What do you guys think about it? I like the Bengals in that game. I'll hang up and listen. But BYU and Gonzaga over tonight. I think it's an easy winner. Thanks, guys.
Love the basketball play. A lot of people have been bringing that up, the Raiders thing.
Holy
and I think,
shit.
there's something.
Well, he sent me the ticket. $100 to win $45,000.
Wow, I thought it was going to be like a $5 ticket.
He had Auburn money line against Alabama. Yeah. Timberwolves over.
Do you think
Pelicans.
you said it's TJ to post it real quick?
Yeah, plus 130. Lightning over 6.5. UNLV minus 265. Grizzlies money line. Iowa State plus 13 for Kansas. That was a good bet. Over 6 and West Virginia minus 2, and then Colorado to beat the Predators.
That's
45 large.
That's one of the weirdest
crazy
parlays I've like. It's every sport.
So many. I was going to say so many different sports too. NBA, college, hockey.
45.
Good for him, man. That's fucking awesome.
Congratulations.
That's ahead of a lifetime.
45 grand. I don't know what I'd do with myself. Like, I always look at that, I'm like, oh, man, I could have done that. And I never even do it.
But if you ever did one, like, you put 10 bucks. If you're doing that big one, you put 10 bucks on it, right?
You look at each thing that happened, and you're like, that's realistic. That's realistic.
Yeah.
That's realistic.
Putting 100 on the 9-teamer, though. Usually that's something you put 10 or 20 on a flyer.
16. It's like,
I put out some big ones, too.
Well, I'm going to do one this week.
Do you want to answer his question on the Raiders, saying he thinks that he doesn't like
the short week?
Yeah. I'm factoring that.
That honestly doesn't factor into me.
Okay.
It's the playoffs. It's also short week is one day.
Because I mean, there's
it's East Coast early.
It's not Sunday or Thursday.
Because every other team that's like even the Bengals, obviously, like I know they rested guys, so they're different. But I'm saying or even what's the other the Bills, Patriots. Like I mean, they played Sunday during the day. Like I think we're talking semantics over like a few hours.
Sunday. It's not Monday.
We're talking about
Saturday.
them playing. And also, you got to remember, in LA, that technically even though the time's the same everywhere, but I'm saying they played at their time. It was a earlier game. The game was in Vegas, so it was a couple hours earlier. I don't even know if that matters. Now I'm talking more semantics, but I just think in general,
I don't think
it's like I don't think it like everyone that they also had to play Sunday, like all these other teams. They basically just played like 3 hours later.
I think that is a small factor in it, but you do got to give the Raiders credit. They're coming in with a lot of momentum. It's unreal they're there. I mean, the Gruden thing, the Henry Ruggs thing, all that. I can't, being the Louisiana and me, just the Burrow Chase thing. I just can't go against those guys. I've seen enough. All right, Marty, we're going to talk about your favorite thing, or one of them. You got a lot of favorite things, but I know you're a huge fan of Cuts Clothing and the versatility of it. I mean, you can rock it in the office, you can rock it on the night out, you can rock it in the gym.
I wore it yesterday. I got compliments on it, and I wore it with sweatpants. It's like you can wear it with anything. It's soft as hell, and one of my favorite things, the way it comes, like because like us three have no money, and when you get things and it looks like bougie when it comes in, it's like, oh, I feel kind of fucking cool. Cuts Clothing
Barstool has a way of making you feel that way.
Yeah, and Cuts makes you feel like that too, where it comes in this box, and when you open it, it's like a fucking treasure chest almost. It's awesome, and it comes in a great packaging. But like I say it all the time, and it's always easy to do ads when you fucking wear it nonstop. I wear Cuts Clothing every time I go out, no matter what. And then I legit wear it to bed too, because it's just comfortable if you don't want to wear if you're wearing a shirt to bed. So make sure you go to Cuts, get this promo Mincy's about to tell you, because it's one of the best products we promote.
And you can get 15% off your first order of Cuts Clothing by going to cutsclothing.com/picks. That's cutsclothing.com/picks for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing, and the one that you can wear to work out, sleep, and the night out. I don't really know too many clothings with that kind of versatility. So shout out to Cuts Clothing. All right, boys, we need to get into our picks for tonight. And once again, check out the promotions we've got. The $10 6-team NFL parlay. Opt in. You can win an extra $1,000. And Big Cats, $50 bet this weekend on any over, under, or game. And we'll have the lotto on Tuesday on Pick Central to get one of those refunded. All right, tonight.
What's the standings right now? Yeah.
So last night, 2 nights ago, I went 2-2 and was in last place. And then last night, everybody stunk, other than Nev. 4-4, at least he was mediocre.
That's about right. 13th of the month.
This is a rough, overall last night, tough night for Pick Central.
Oh, well, that was, like you said, we did too well the night before.
Yeah. See, I'll take mine was a good 4-4 because it started out 1-4.
Yeah.
So when you end the night with 3 straight winners, that felt good. It felt good to get back.
Yeah.
So Rico doesn't get to do picks.
Rico's gonna just have to end like that. That stinks.
So the suspension means no picks.
8-31 is tough to look at for a whole month. Especially when the next closest guy has the same record, he just has 14 more wins.
Yeah,
I definitely have some empathy for Rico. I've certainly never been in that spot in the standings myself.
It's tough. It's tough not getting to fight back a little bit.
Agreed.
You get yourself in a hole early in a month, you don't get to dig back. That's tough.
All right, Marty, you want to lead us off?
Yeah. I have a new bet. Well, not a new bet, but I have a new name for it. What has been killing it, honestly. The past two have hit at plus like 300 today. It's called the GPS. Good player score. Pretty much it.
Beauty is the simplicity.
It makes a ton of sense. I'm trying to make sure I get the right odds so no one yells at me. So it's Steph Curry and Giannis today. It's plus 140. It's not crazy odds. It's the best two players in the game to score 25-plus points.
And they're playing against each other.
Yeah, playing against.
Yeah,
I like doing it when they play each other, so it's easier to track.
It's a fun thing, and it's fun to watch the game.
One game, yeah. It's good player score. Easy as that. But my picks today are also, I want to say something about Duke real fast. A.J. Griffin starting and being that really good at like getting into his groove, Duke's going to be scary. I'm not saying Wake Forest is good, even though they're 13-3, but regardless.
Still a good win. I mean, Duke was like 85% public and still covered yesterday.
Seton Hall minus 5.5. Washington State's minus 7.5. Seton Hall's minus 5.5. Ohio State plus 3.5. OK State plus 7.5. That's because Texas Tech is so hot right now. The two beating Kansas, beating fucking Baylor. Yeah, so that's to me. And Colgate plus 2, Winthrop minus 7, Iowa minus 5. I love Oregon plus 10.5. I don't think UCLA has been skating by. Didn't play for like a month, and I got USC minus 14.5 off a bounce back.
All right,
I love the board tonight.
I
honestly.
do too. I liked it better yesterday, but I do like it today. So, like I said earlier, I'm on Ohio State plus 3.5. The two 5 o'clock games, I'm on Washington State Wazoo minus 7.5. I think there's a classic, like they're huge favorite over Stanford, who just had that big win against USC, knocked off their undefeated streak. I think the line that being that big, I think that tells the tale. I like Wazoo big. I'm on the Oklahoma State Texas Tech over 129.5. I'm on Indiana Iowa over 150. I'm on Butler money line. I'm actually going to add this. This is actually, Marty, it's kind of part of your system, but I just think it's so many of these haven't fallen through. Like the Duke one didn't fall through. I think this one's due. And as much as I love Seton Hall, I'm taking DePaul today plus 5.5.
I don't hate that. Your Texas Tech one's scary.
I know it is.
Because obviously they're like the number one defense.
But I just think that I feel like they both have played so much recently. I think we're due for a little loose. Oklahoma State likes to get up and down a little bit.
The only scary thing about, and I'm not playing fucking quarter like you got your bets, but like Texas Tech's sloppy is real sloppy.
Trust me.
You know what I mean? We've talked
it's like
about
games
that.
in the 40s.
Dude, I've seen them in some fucking rough
fights.
fights.
The Tennessee game, the Madison Square Garden game.
Yeah, like they say it, but Texas Tech sloppy is offense because their defense is fucking.
It's just a rock fight. They can just turn the game into a rock fight. I think things get loose a little bit today. I like the over there.
I got 3 plays. Marty, I'm with you on Oklahoma State, and my logic on it was with Texas Tech style, 7.5 is a ton to lay with how low scoring the games are. I took Wisconsin just riding their home court advantage. I had New Orleans in there in NBA because I was looking for a third pick. I'm actually switching that to Oregon plus 10.5. I only put it in there because we have to have 3 picks every day, and I was just reaching for a third pick. So I'm not doing New Orleans. I'm going to switch it to Oregon plus 10.5. But shout out to Willie Green. The Pelican season's not great, but at least they're playing hard. They got a coach that's likable, and I respect the effort they've been showing lately, even if they are buried. All right. Guys, what's on the agenda? Marty, y'all's interview with Bruce Pearl's out?
Yeah, Bruce Pearl's out. Most aligned guests next week so far are Gary V.
Oh,
yep.
A little NFT, Mush the Line?
Yeah, Braxton Berrios and Arnold Schwarzenegger's son. Obviously, 3 normal guests.
Yeah.
The beauty is the outlandishness.
The big 3.
The big 3.
The beauty, like you really never know who's coming on that day.
Yeah, exactly. After Dinner Mints is back.
Yes, thank you.
Go get that. Well, it was a great video. Yeah, it was a great video yesterday. And yeah, streaming this week will all be there. It's gonna be a fucking grind. So
Saturday night, the Pats Bills. Dave fired up for that one, and then Sunday, all day affair: Eagles, Bucks, Cowboys, Niners, and then closing with what many people feel, including me, that is going to be the end of Big Ben's career.
There's
I'm
one
honestly
person
just
in
shocked.
this office that does not think that's going to happen.
Is he on the money line?
Oh yeah.
Him and the Army.
Yep.
I think they maybe could keep it close.
They're getting disrespected a little
That's
too
12,
much.
12 and a half in the playoffs when you have a defense as good as theirs is a lot.
But the Chiefs are just fucking. I don't think.
I
don't think they're going to win, but I just think 12 and a half is a lot of points in a playoff game.
I feel like Najee Harris is kind of running into maybe a little of a wall at the end because they used him so much all year. man, if they're going to win, he needs 38 carries for 140 yards. I mean, they got to play keep away, shorten the game. I mean, that's the only path is 8-minute drives where he runs for 4 or 5 yards a lot.
They just got to play.
That's the only way.
D and just keep the ball. You just got to play keep away with them.
TJ Watt get a sack or two.
Juju Smith-Schuster's back also.
Okay. I wonder, are we going to get a Juju Smith-Schuster and Jackson Mahomes TikTok this weekend?
Yeah, we should.
Should. Who can know such a thing? But
There's a battle at the 50-yard line.
Yeah. So, but Saturday night and all day Sunday, live streams. Join us. Check out the Dave $10 parlay promotion, and then, I mean, how could you beat what Big Cat's doing, getting $50 back? Ev, I'm sure your plans are to watch Wisconsin Ohio State. You got to be excited.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll definitely be quite. I'm probably add some more plays. I'll tweet my full card later, but definitely watching the Buckeyes head to Madison. Let's go.
This is kind of a weird. I guess this is a little bit of an off-the-road time of year. I'm just going to stay back, watch the NFL playoffs. I'm kind of waiting to travel a lot once spring hits. So right now, just all about the NFL playoffs every weekend. Be on the lookout. Stephen Che and I are going to do Twitter Spaces where we're going over all our favorite player props an hour before the NFL games on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We've got a really good response to that. The prop betting's becoming a huge thing. I feel like it's kind of evolving now where fantasy football is like, you know, people like betting the props in the games more on the players than even doing fantasy.
You don't think the Big Ten's the best conference in basketball, do you?
You think Big 12?
Not this year, probably.
I think Big 12 or SEC. Big Ten is a good conference. I shit on them a lot, but that's crazy.
SEC is tough just because Auburn and LSU are really fucking good.
Well, I want to thank, as always, TJ, our crew. Do a great job. Stay tuned. The Yak is up next.